everyone. Today's video is going to be about the book The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. I don't have a copy of this book, so I will just show you an image of it on your screen now. So this is a children's book which was first published in 1964 by Harper and Row, and it's about the relationship between a boy and a tree. So as usual with these book review videos, I will start by giving you a summary of the story so that if you haven't read the book, you know what it's about. And then I'm going to move on to my thoughts and interpretations of the story. All right, so The Giving Tree is about a tree and a boy. And initially the little boy has fun climbing the branches of the trees, and when he's hungry, the tree says, "Oh, go ahead and eat some of my apples." Later on, when the boy is, tired and wants to rest, the tree says, "You can take a nap in the shade of my branches." Later on, when the boy is an adult and he wants to build a house and he's saying, "Oh, how will I find the materials to build a house?" The tree says, "Go ahead and chop me down and you can use my wood to build your house." And later, when the little boy is an old man and he's tired and he just wants somewhere to sit, the tree says, "Go ahead and sit on my stump." The end. That's the book. So the first time that I ever had this book read to me, I was in primary school. So if you're not familiar with the Australian school system, primary school is from kindergarten to year 6. So you're about 5 years old to 11 or 12 years old in primary school. And I went to a Catholic primary school. So in addition to the regular curriculum of learning, reading, writing, blah, 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 we also had some religious lessons where we learned good Christian values. So I remember one of our teachers reading The Giving Tree, and she concluded by saying that this is a story about what it means to be a good Christian, because this tree always gives and is selfless and is always looking to help the boy. And so apparently the moral of the story, according to this teacher, is that to be a good Christian, you should just give and let people take and take until there is nothing left of you. Because I was shocked by that interpretation. I distinctly remember, even as a child, I distinctly remember being shocked by this story and thinking, this boy is selfish. Like, this boy just takes. The story is always about the tree giving and the boy taking. It's been a while since I've read it, but I don't remember any time when the boy even says, "Oh, thank you, tree, that's very thoughtful of you." It's always just the boy taking, and I don't even remember a time when the boy is like, "Hello, how are you, tree? How are you feeling? Is there anything that I can do for you?" So I obviously didn't express myself quite like that as a child, but I did have the view that this book was shocking and it was about a selfish person. And even looking back on it now as an adult, I still think that The Giving Tree is about a really selfish boy and a tree that should have established some boundaries. So obviously, being an adult now, I can reflect and interpret things and read things, critically, which I couldn't do as a child. And so for me, I think this book is about two things. Firstly, this boy being selfish, which I think I've already covered. And secondly, it's about setting boundaries, because this tree sounds like, how some people are people pleasers and they will always put other people before them, even if it's to their own detriment. So, for example, some people who get caught up in, phishing scams or catfish scams, and someone is saying, "Oh, I need this money. If you just, send me this money, I'm having trouble paying my bills," or blah, blah, blah. And people will give the money. And, next week, this catfish is like, "Oh, I need more money for this, that, the other." And this person just keeps giving money and giving money. And unfortunately, I know of a few cases where people are left with nothing. They're so selfless, they're putting this other person's needs before their own, that even if they end up bankrupt, even if they run through their retirement fund, even if they have to sell their house, I think they're a little bit stupid and naive, but they're just also so selfish and so eager to do for someone else that they don't think, well, what about me? Who is taking care of me? And it's not fair to me to always be giving to the point where I have nothing left for myself. Now, whether it be with your money, whether it be with your time, whether it be just overcommitting to things and not even, getting enough sleep just because you're always prioritizing other people before you. So this is a short video. In my opinion, the giving tree could also be called the selfish boy, because that is how I interpret it. And for my teacher, the moral of the story was be a good Christian, give and give and just keep giving. But for me, the moral of this story is know your boundaries and always put yourself first, because if you don't put yourself first, who else will? So this is probably the shortest and fastest video I have ever filmed. Thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed my content, I have done some other book reviews, and I also do some parkour and outdoor adventure stuff, so check those out. Thank you for stopping by, and maybe I will see you next time.